My dad got on one knee at my mom's funeral, with her photo beside him. He proposed to his girlfriend in front of everyone. I lost it. Now he says I'm selfish. Am I the a-hole? I, a 26-year-old woman, am still in shock over what happened at my mom's funeral last week. I've been crying for days, and I can't believe I even have to ask if I'm in the wrong here, but my family is completely divided. My mom passed away 3 weeks ago after a 2-year battle with cancer. She was only 52. My dad, who's 54, had been seeing his girlfriend Sarah, who's 41, for the past year, though they'd known each other longer through work. Mom knew about their relationship and, being the kind person she was, said she wanted Dad to be happy after she was gone. The funeral was beautiful but heartbreaking. So many people came to share memories of my mom and support our family. We had her favorite flowers everywhere, photos of her smiling face, and her casket was surrounded by the things she loved. Everything was going as well as a funeral could, until the reception afterward. We were all gathered in the funeral home's reception area, sharing stories about Mom and trying to find comfort in each other's company. Dad asked for everyone's attention, and I thought he was going to give a speech about Mom. Instead, he walked over to where Sarah was standing, right next to Mom's casket and her large memorial photo. What happened next feels like a nightmare. Dad got down on one knee, pulled out a ring, and started talking about how Mom would want him to be happy, and how Sarah had been such a support through Mom's illness. He said something about how Mom had given her blessing before she passed, and then he proposed, right there, next to my mother's casket, at her funeral. I completely lost it. I started screaming at him, asking how he could do this today of all days in front of everyone next to Mom's body. I called him disgusting and said he couldn't even wait until Mom was in the ground before replacing her. Sarah was crying, Dad was trying to calm me down, and the entire room was dead silent. My younger brother, who's 23, had to physically walk me outside because I was shaking so badly. Once outside, I broke down completely. How could he think this was appropriate? How could he turn Mom's funeral into his engagement party? The image of him kneeling there, with Mom's photo right behind him, keeps haunting me. Dad is now saying I ruined a beautiful moment and embarrassed him in front of everyone. He claims Mom had actually suggested he propose at the funeral, saying it would bring some joy to a sad day and show everyone that life goes on. But Mom was on heavy pain medication in her final weeks, and even if she did say this, I can't believe she was thinking clearly. Sarah sent me a long message saying she understands my pain, but that she and Dad wanted to honor Mom's wishes. She said they weren't trying to overshadow Mom's memory, but rather include her in their happiness. The thought of them planning this, choosing the ring, and deciding my mother's funeral was the perfect proposal venue makes me physically ill. My aunt, Mom's sister, is absolutely livid. She said it was the most disrespectful thing she's ever witnessed. But my dad's side of the family is defending him, saying everyone grieves differently and that Mom would have wanted him to move forward with his life. They're calling me selfish for making the funeral about my feelings instead of supporting Dad's happiness. I haven't spoken to Dad since that day. He's left voicemails saying I'm being childish and that Mom would be disappointed in my behavior. He wants me to apologize to him and Sarah for ruining their special moment. Every time I think about it, I get angry all over again. That was supposed to be a day to remember and honor Mom, not to celebrate Dad's new relationship. My brother is torn. He agrees the proposal was inappropriate, but thinks I might have overreacted. He suggested that Dad was probably not thinking clearly because of grief, but I can't get past the fact that this was planned. They brought the ring. They chose that moment. They turned my last goodbye to my mother into their new beginning. What makes it worse is that some relatives are now talking more about the dramatic proposal than about Mom's life and memory. Her funeral has become a piece of family gossip, with people taking sides and debating whether Dad was romantic or disrespectful. It feels like Mom's memory is being overshadowed by this drama, which is exactly what I was afraid would happen. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for screaming at my dad and ruining his proposal? Should I have stayed quiet and let him have his moment even though it felt so wrong? I'm struggling to imagine ever forgiving him for this, but maybe I'm letting my grief cloud my judgment. Thanks for listening to Reddit Am I the A-hole Stories. Please subscribe and comment your thoughts.